Good, happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Riley King. It's August 5th, 2020. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday, so let's begin. First up, coronavirus in New Hampshire, latest information and data. There are 6,693 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 4,763,746 number of people in the United States who have tested positive. 418 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 698 number of people who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 426 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Tropical storm Isaiah brings strong winds, power outages reported across New Hampshire. Storms triggers tornado warning as it moves through New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WNUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
To protect New Hampshire's loons from lead poisoning, Loon Preservation Committee will buy your lead fishing tackle. Get $10 toward Loon Safe Tackle when you turn in your lead at participating retailers. Visit us online at www.loonsafe.org for full details.
Outages are widespread across all of central and southern New Hampshire. More than 88,000 customers in the dark tonight without service. Most of those outages happening just since the 6 o'clock hour. In a lot of the cases, it is down trees. Damaging power lines are to blame. And WMUR's Kristen Carosa out and about tonight. She takes a look at the damage and the challenges some utility customers had reporting their outages tonight.
The winds are certainly impacting several areas across the state, including here in Manchester on Belmont Street, where a tree hit a house, causing damage to the roof. And the damage doesn't stop there. Viewers are sending us pictures and videos of what they're seeing from their communities. As you can see in this video, a tree limb fell onto a power line on Route 136 in Greenfield, causing a small explosion. Also in Rochester, power lines have been knocked down on Milton Road near Spalding High School.
We want to watch out for down trees, down limbs, down wires. Stay away from those. Call your electric utility company and report it, even though you think somebody may have already done it.
The state's Emergency Operations Center will be open throughout the night to respond to emergencies. The state's 4 utility companies, including Eversource, are getting ready to address thousands of outages across the state.
The majority of those are in the western region of the state as well as the northern and eastern regions.
Eversource expects the strong, sustained winds to move out by midnight. Hundreds of line, tree, and service workers are ready to go when it's safe to do so.
Right now, we're in assessment mode. We're focusing on how to safely respond. The storm still is making its way through our region, and we're assessing the damage. We're still taking on damage.
Eversource says they experienced some technical problems with its automated outage reporting system. People are encouraged to call or email first. There are hundreds of additional customer care representatives standing by.
Recognizing these ongoing issues, we thank them for giving us a call or shooting us an email right now instead.
Eversource also tells us because of precautions taken for COVID-19, repairs may take a little bit longer than they normally do. Reporting in Manchester, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Apartment building in Nashua being evacuated due to downed trees, wires. Nashua Police and Fire Department assisting. Several apartment buildings in Nashua are being evacuated for the night due to downed trees and wires. A large tree was taken down in the parking lot of Hilltop by Princeton Apartments on Hartford Lane. Nashua firefighters believed power cables brought down by the tree are still live. When firefighters responded to the scene, they found another tree on the opposite side of the parking lot with a crack at the base. They are concerned it may topple. Workers said all 10 units inside the building, 6 of the apartments have been evacuated, and at least 10 tenants and some pets have been taken to an area hotel for the night. Apartment complex staff said they are waiting for the power company to arrive and shut off the electricity. One dead in crash involving DPW storm cleanup crew pickup in Chelmsford. Let's take a listen to that video from WCVB Boston.
Donate. We need your help if we're going to win big in November. I'm calling on you to fight back and continue.
And Antoinette, this crash happened here on Graniteville Road last night in Chelmsford. Was killed. There was a public works employee who was operating a front-end loader and was seriously hurt. Police tell the Low Sun he has a life-threatening injury. The crash happened as crews across the state continue to clean up the aftermath of Tropical Storm Isaias. Trees and power lines were toppled in many communities. This video is from Sprague Street in Dedham, where a huge tree brought down lines across the roadway. Now, back here in Chelmsford, at this point, the victims have not been identified. Also, it is unclear exactly what led to this crash. Live in Chelmsford, Sarah Conji, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Isaias knocks out power to tens of thousands of Mainers. Let's take a listen to that video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
Donate. We need your help if we're going to win big in November. I'm calling on you to fight.
We're here in Limington, Route 25, right behind me here. Still see the fire truck here. It's still closed. There's a giant tree that knocked down power lines. And actually, crews here are saying, take your pick of any road here in the Limington area. There's power lines down all over the area. They're waiting on CMP. Let's take a look at some of the video from that again. Power lines down over a major road in York County, and over a third of the county is without power right now. Tropical storm force winds probably right around 8 p.m., 7:45 to 8:15 p.m. We got here, and the winds are really starting to pick up, and that's where we had reports down all across the area. One of the neighbors I spoke to watched it happen, said you could see a slow crack, and then a big tree out in the forest fell, and then a transformer blew, so it was all over the place. Everybody's pretty much in dark here. We're here at Route 11, Route 25. Whaleback Road here in Limington is also closed too, but things have definitely started to calm down. It's still pretty breezy out here. It's still quite warm, but things are improving. And the Mainsville weather has been talking to you about this storm since last week, saying that this night will be the night that the storm would arrive, and here we are, done and over with most of the action with it now. We're going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Stock features edge higher as investors await stimulus bill. More earnings. U.S. stock features edged higher on Wednesday early morning as investigators watched for progress from Washington on a new coronavirus stimulus package. Police mistakenly swarm car of young black woman. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Now on GMA with that terrifying incident that was caught on camera. Police mistakenly swarming the car of a young black woman, Brittany Gilliam, with her family. A lot of anger this morning about how this was handled by a police department that has had issues in the past. A warning that the video is difficult to watch. Clayton Sandell has that story for us.
The sounds of children handcuffed face down on the pavement. This morning, prompting a new investigation after Aurora, Colorado police mistakenly believed they'd found a stolen car driven by Brittany Gilliam.
To hear 4 kids scream my name like that is the most heartbreaking thing ever.
Gilliam says without warning, officers pointed guns at her 6-year-old daughter, 12-year-old sister, and 2 teenage nieces.
We're not the criminals here. I can understand if you just drew your gun at me, at the adult here, and said, listen, ma'am, I'm gonna draw my gun on you because you're more likely the person that probably stole the vehicle. But the way you did your job with the kids.
Here's how police explain the mix-up. In Aurora, automated license plate readers at intersections check for stolen cars. On Sunday, the system alerted dispatchers that Gilliam's car was stolen. But in reality, her car shares a license plate number with the real stolen vehicle, a motorcycle from Montana.
The mistake is that the officer was going off of what dispatch told him that was confirmed. So he was acting in good faith. The officer started doing investigation on his own to look it into the computer, found that it was not listed as a stolen vehicle.
She says she doesn't want an apology, but wants Aurora police to do better.
The whole point of you being a police officer is protect and serve for the people. You did not protect and serve. It's unacceptable. Any way you try to see it.
Just last month, 3 Aurora cops were fired and 1 quit after posing for pictures making fun of the chokehold used on Elijah McClain. The 23-year-old died last summer after this encounter with police and paramedics. He'd committed no crime.
Now, Gilliam tells me she believes she and her family might have been treated differently if they weren't black. Aurora PD has apologized and says they are reviewing their policies and training. Amy?
All right, Clayton Sandell, thank you so much.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching, and I'll have a news report going up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.